What's up, Wolfpack fam? It's your boy Kid back at it again. Hope you're doing well. We got a little Gavin and Stacey, courtesy of our friend Jade. Shout out to you. Appreciate you for suggesting this. So it's a long title, but yeah, we are going to be checking out why the show finished Gavin and Stacey behind the scenes. So this is going to be really cool to see. And I'll say this probably not once, but twice. But yes, we do know that there is going to be a new episode. And when we get the chance to see it, we will see it when it happens. Obviously, we won't be able to watch it, when it first comes out, the day it comes out. We live in the States and shit. So, yeah, we won't have the opportunity. But when we get that opportunity, we will watch it. So, without further ado, again, thank you to Jade. Let's get this party started. Let's check it out. Snacks not included. Let's freaking go.
James,
yes.
Now, what a lot of people want to know there
yes.
is there going to be a third series?
Quite a few people have got little banners here.
A lot of little banners.
Seriously. Well, I mean, listen.
What do you reckon?
Well, what do you think?
Should we give it a go?
Are you serious?
Shall we?
Are you actually serious?
Yeah, shall we really do a third series?
Because we've been back and forth on this a lot.
Yes, we have, but
I'm in if you are.
should we do it?
No.
The plan was to end it at the special, to end it on the Christmas special, and then as we wrote that, it kind of asked more questions than it answered, really.
Don't think that you should marry him.
By the time we got to the end of that, it became kind of quite clear that there was still like another bit of the story to tell.
To write 6 or 7 episodes of a series that's been a hit series is quite a daunting task, I would imagine. Not that I've done it myself, but I would imagine, it's because you want it to be as good as the last one, and if possible, even better.
We wanted absolutely to know that we weren't going to sort of sell out with the characters and that they really did have a genuine story to follow.
Because at every series we've tried to have these kind of 2 stories that sort of run like that and come to an end. That was there, but it's almost like that's the kind of skeleton of it, and then it's like, what do you pack around that? So then it was just a matter of us deciding what would happen to the other characters and how would that happen, and was it funny enough, and then just little things started landing, like them all getting drunk in episode 2, which is something I don't think we'd seen, but it felt very natural that would happen.
And then having a day on the beach.
A day on the beach,
Barry
Dawn
Island.
and Pete renewing their vows. So suddenly these things just sort of land, and that is honestly what it's like. You're just kind of waiting for them to land, really. You can't really manufacture that.
And, it is what, you think, oh, we're going to get the scripts for Series 3, they can't be as good as 2. And then you get them and you think, oh, blimey, they've done it.
It was what it was always going to be was of the same standard that Ruth and James have always written, which is superb.
Reading that third series, there you think, wow, they've done it, and they've completed the circle. They've joined it right up, and they've made it as funny, as witty, as deep, as dark, as surreal, as joyous, as crazy as they might well have been able to do, and then some.
I remember going up to my wife and going, oh, they're really good. Phew. And there's lots of Bryn, which is my next... Well, probably... My first thing is how much Uncle Bryn is there. And then my next thing is, and is it any good? No, my first thing is how much Uncle Bryn is there. Then my next thing is how much am I getting paid? Then is it any good?
Fair enough.
No, my first thing is how much Uncle Bryn is there. The second thing is how much am I getting paid? The third thing is, have they scheduled me with lots of early starts? And then, is it any good? No, the first thing is how much Uncle Bryn is there. The second thing is how much am I getting paid? The third thing is, have they scheduled me with lots of early starts? The fourth thing is, who's doing the catering? The fifth thing is, are the scripts any good?
Snacks included, damn it.
Hey! I said I'm good evening.
Rydw i'n hoffi
Coffee.
It's all happening. I want to go on record now on day one and say it's the last series. The last series.
Vanessa's here. Staggering out makeup. How are you feeling on the first
I feel really good, actually. It's really exciting to be back, and it's what a lovely location to be starting off on as well. I couldn't sleep last night because I was so excited.
Good morning. Am I on camera? I'm glad I look really cool then.
Crew rehearsal for this one, make your way over. Hey.
How are you?
Good, how you doing?
I'm good. Yeah. Like, what's the matter? Is it looking weird?
No. This is so long since I've seen you.
There she is.
That's it.
That's it. All I needed was a little shake.
Just needed the Jones bounce. That's all it needed.
Didn't really have to think about getting back into character and getting back into the swing of it. As soon as I saw Alison again, it was just like, oh, my mother-in-law. And then as soon as I saw Mel, it was just like, oh, Mum. And it just seemed really easy.
Gav,
Yeah.
what?
Yeah, let's go for it.
Seriously?
Why not? Let's give it a try.
With Gavin and Stacey's story in this, there are a few more sort of grown-up issues, more sort of dramatic elements to it, and I don't know whether the viewers like that, but certainly for myself, I enjoy doing that sort of stuff.
And there are all sorts of options available. We just have to sit down calmly together and talk through what those options
When you said you were just going to come out and say it, what exactly?
It's you, Gavin.
What?
You've got a low sperm count.
The fact that Gav's got a low sperm count, I mean, having to do that was, you know, so much more grown-up and adult and something completely different for Stacey to cope with.
Our worry as writers was, are people going to buy this for this long? Are they going to buy that they're trying for a baby? She's hidden it from him. Have we done enough?
Yeah.
And the truth is, I don't know whether we did completely, but in the moments where we didn't, we had two brilliant actors, and their commitment to it just carries it through.
Gavin and Stacey are going to Essex, and they found out that Gavin's got a low sperm count, and there are no words in it, so it's totally them. It's Matt Horn and Joe Page acting their socks off, just absolutely brilliant.
Yeah, that was a crazy-ass moment. Sometimes no words are needed.
She just takes
his hand and looks at him for ages. And the way that you can see him trying to be this man
Trying
and
to hold it together.
Oh, God. I think that's possibly one of my favourite scenes of all time. We wanted to bring new characters into Series 3 because, well, we had to, really, because we had to give it, move it on a little bit.
Well, Smithy's mum we talked about meeting before,
yeah,
hadn't we? In Series 2 we were...
Because we mentioned her in Series 2.
The fact that the first episode is a christening, and by its very nature, it would be odd that the parents of this child didn't have any relations there, and so we just had to choose who they were.
I'm ready. Do my makeup in the car. Bring the manager in, Ruth.
When Pam Ferris came in, she's just nailed it. It was the way she said, eventually.
I know, but
in her audition.
Can I just say?
Yeah.
Yeah, she was just great.
Oh, Ness.
All right, Dad, how's it going, all right?
All right, Ness, how's it going? All right.
Dave, this is Neil, my father.
Nessa's dad, we had all sorts of things. We were...
Yeah,
at one point we were going to... He was
going to be black.
Now there's a blast from the past.
All right, Brent. What's occurring?
When we met Ivan Hugh David, he just had this sort of energy about him, the way he did it.
It was kind of Nessa.
Yeah, Nessa, but there was a warmth to it. We didn't want him to be all kind of hard. We wanted to go against that.
And kind of someone with a history to their face.
I wouldn't miss this for the world. I just got to keep my wits about me.
Shall we?
Smithy.
Sorry, I'm late.
One of my favourite lines is when Smithy arrives at the church and Nessa is sitting there with baby Neil and he's got the christening dress on, you know, the traditional dress, the big long dress. And Smithy just comes in and he's going, all right, all right. And then it's just out the corner of his mouth, he just goes, why is he wearing a dress?
Hey, there he is. Why is he wearing a dress?
And Nessa, instead of saying, well, it's traditional, it's a christening dress, she just goes, I don't know.
Bryn West, Neil's godfather, would like to sing for us all.
I can well believe that Bryn would have said, and what I'm going to do, Stace, I'm going to sing a song by Labi Siffre, because I think it says everything.
Rob was just, you know, asking all about the series, and I told him about the Labi Siffre song, and I remember him just being chuffed, just going, oh, I can't wait.
There's something inside so strong. Whoa.
And what's lovely is that Rob has got a fabulous voice.
Yeah.
But it's the accompaniment around him that's just like Doris on the drum.
Which we should say is an absolute mistake. We never planned for Doris to be off with the drumming.
Marky was on the drums. She couldn't coordinate herself. And Ted, the producer, was in one of the pews on his knees, right, with a biro going like that to Marky when she had to hit the drum.
So I'll be Ted and you be Doris. And that was it. And so then we were like, oh, it'll be okay, we can fix it in the edit. And then we got in the edit and was going, no, it's perfect.
I wasn't there on the day of the strawberry blonde fella from Patch Adams.
Nick, give him a ring, see what's happening.
Okay.
The scene where we were sitting around with Julia and Alison talking about Patch Adams was, you know, the zenith, the pinnacle of professionalism, and it's a masterclass in good behaviour.
How you doing? I've got a couple of films for tonight.
Have you?
I got Beaches, Breakfast at Tiffany's, and Doubt.
Doubt? Never heard of that.
You will have done. Meryl Streep's this nun, and the big strawberry blonde fella from Patch Adams is the priest. That was such a terrible day. Such a terrible day. Meryl Streep's this nun, and the big strawberry blonde...
But didn't they have to clear the room?
Yeah. Because Alison just couldn't say it.
It just got on a bit of a dangerous spiral, and I managed to stay out of it because I'm a bit of a giggler myself.
Meryl Streep's this nun, and the big strawberry blonde fella from Patch Adams.
Bloopers!
You all right, Julia?
Yeah.
It's because you said the word.
That's what I wanted. Okay.
And Julia, I mean, she sits there and that look on her face, and you can see in her eyes, she's kind of, you know, like, trying not to laugh herself.
Damn, never heard of that.
Well, you will have done. Meryl Streep's this nun, and the big strawberry blonde fella from Patch Adams is the priest, and he's been fiddling. And I actually thought I could be here forever and never be able to say these lines. I was actually thinking we're going to have to change the dialogue because I cannot say these lines. Meryl Streep's this nun, and the big strawberry blonde fella from Patch Adams is this priest. God, I'm so sorry.
Oh dear.
I'm so sorry.
I had to actually just send them on a tea break while they just tried to calm down.
I've got Beaches, Breakfast at Tiffany's, and Doubt. Oh no, I'm sorry. This is terrible. It's like a disease. I'm so sorry. This is ridiculous.
It was extraordinary.
In Barry and Big Gwen.
The thing with the beach was that it's not like you can bank on British summertime.
We were really, really, really
Just
blessed.
praying. We got
Oh my God, we got the beach.
Shot. We got it shot. It was kind of incredible, really.
What I love about it as well is that there are shots of people, because obviously people came down to watch filming, and then we had people on the beach being the crowd, and it was such a proud moment to have Barry Island Beach featured on there, because it is such a big part of the show and the world of Gavin and Stacey.
Barry has never looked better.
Love that day.
By the end, we were calling it Barry Bados.
Oh, I think the strongest memory's got to be the day on the beach in Barry. Yeah. Alison Steadman and I just sat with adjoining chairs and yacked and laughed all day. We hardly had anything to say, and it was absolutely wonderful.
To film a bank holiday on the beach at Barry in the summer was just extraordinary. I mean, it was like pretty much like going to Jerusalem and finding out Jesus Christ had just turned up.
It was phenomenal. I think we had to have special security or whatever. It was just amazing.
You got a break in a bit though. Where's Bryn?
I don't know. Where's he gone?
The idea of coming out of the water, I think, actually came from my son. And he said, oh, Bryn should come out of the water like Daniel Craig in Casino Royale.
It's all in slow motion. He looks fantastic. It's really muscly. He looks good, doesn't he?
Bloody hell, Bryn, you look like Daniel Craig.
I know. It's the shorts.
Wear short shorts.
Bugger off.
Oh, Brett.
When he went in and suddenly dived, that came as a shock. I thought, well, good for him, you know, it was wonderful.
I loved it. I really loved doing it because it's not the sort of thing I ever get to do. I don't get to play parts of people who come out of the sea and go.
How is it, Rob?
It's all right.
Yeah?
Yeah. I'm not going to lie to you, it's cold when you first go in. It's getting your shoulders under, that's the hard part.
Mm-hmm.
Those bits where we're having like a party or we're drunk or whatever are really, really fun to film, particularly now, because we all know each other really well. There's a scene in the garden where we'll go out for a cigarette and I'm pissed.
Pammy is, you know, she's all kind of... So she says, yeah, you know, she does a bit of that.
Let's do some shots.
And then she goes to go in and Smithy grabs hold of her and starts congering in.
Hey!
And we suddenly look round and all the crew, one by one, joined on the conga line and all congered into the kitchen.
That's cool.
It was just so brilliant. And I think it was indicative of the mood and atmosphere on set.
Lovely jubbly.
It's the day of the wedding. I'm not wearing this, obviously, this outfit. I'm wearing a wedding dress. I mean, Joe Page have to get in a trailer and drive around in it, in a wedding dress and a veil and everything.
Claire Finley, the costume director, phoned me up one morning. She went, "Oh, I had this dream last night about Nessa's wedding dress, and I've got this brilliant idea for it, and I think it should be leather and kind of quite gothic and sort of really kind of come in at the best and just be a real Nessa statement." And I went, "Oh, well, we were actually thinking of making it quite old-fashioned." She was a bit disappointed. But actually, she showed me some designs and it really made more sense. Far from bridal, really, let's be honest, but quite Nessa-esque. She would keep her boots on as well because they're comfy. Why suffer?
This is leather basque. It's pewter leather, isn't it, Claire?
Pewter leather.
Pewter leather with a pewter leather skirt. So that's the kind of Nessa side of the design, and then we've got this kind of nod to being bridal.
Oh, that wedding trailer. There she was, Nessa Jenkins, like some overweight Bodicea going into battle. It was really uncomfortable as well.
Look at Stacey.
It's been a very sad day, isn't it?
It's been really sad because, as I said, I've been crying on and off all day because everybody's been finishing.
Yeah, and do you know what? I thought, because at the same point, because Mel finished, didn't she? And that was awful. I wasn't there. And then I came back over and she was in tears.
Yeah.
And then...
it was like saying goodbye to my real mother. It was horrible.
The Angry Anderson song was... Back in Series 1, we figured that Gavin and Stacey particularly would be or would have loved Neighbours at that point when it was huge, and probably imagined that her wedding would have that song. But then, as we got to it, it didn't feel right. And so then when we got to, you know, the last episode and Nessa's wedding, it felt right that her and Dave would probably have that song.
And walking down the aisle and then looking at everybody, and it was just it was so lovely because it just reminded me of the first series, you know, when Stacey's getting married.
And when Nessa walked down the aisle, she was really proud to be there, you know?
Badass.
We wanted it to appear that the wedding was going to happen. Because I still think they probably could have got married.
Yeah.
And they would have been fine.
Yeah.
You know? But it was the fact that Smithy was just saying, why marry somebody that you don't actually love? And she probably hadn't really thought about it to that degree. It was just almost like a sort of a necessity or just a natural conclusion for her to marry Dave.
Am I too late? No, we're just getting to the important bit now. Grab yourself a seat. Vanessa and David. Oh, wait. Has it happened, him and her?
You're laughing 1 minute and the next minute, you know, your sort of heart is breaking a bit. I mean, that happens all the time. Particularly with the scene when Smithy comes in with the baby.
Oh my God, it just gave me goosebumps, and I remember crying every time. And then when it came to the camera being on us, just remember thinking, oh my God, it's a nightmare because Stacey wouldn't, you know, you wouldn't be crying right now. For God's sake, stop crying, try and act for once.
And we wanted it to be sort of Dave's decision not to go ahead with the wedding, which again, Stefan Rodri, just in that scene, just stunning. Is when he just says, no, you don't love me. And she's adamant, you know, yes, I do. Yeah, I do love you. And Stacey going, really? Because we wanted to, obviously, to keep the comedy in that scene. I hope we kind of pitched it just right, really, having things like Bryn going, oh, heck.
There was a lovely moment where, you know, I had to walk down the aisle, having delivered the last speech to Nessa and then walk off down the aisle past Smithy holding Neil the baby. And James actually in between one take, you know, it was his idea to, you know, he said, why don't you just stop and just say goodbye to the baby kind of thing, you know.
It's James, just brilliant performance in that scene. And you know, Ruth standing there and the look between them, it's just, oh God, you know, just really, very, very touching indeed.
Am I going to miss it? Yes.
I will miss Gavin and Stacey because I'll miss working with everybody. I'll miss playing Stacey.
We'll all miss it. Big time.
It's
been this huge part of my life.
I have sort of missed it already. You know, I miss the hotel and the pool and the room service.
I'll miss Gavin and Stacey hugely. Yes, I will. I really will.
To be in the whole run has just been wonderful, really.
I'm going to miss working with those great actors.
I'll miss it hugely, yeah.
My ideal thing would be if once a year, for the rest of my life, till I die, we could do 7 episodes of Gavin and Stacey.
There's no way it's going to end, that's it, you know, because apart from everything else, it's on the television night and day anyway, so, like, go anywhere in the world and get on a plane, Gavin and Stacey will be playing there, right?
Gavin and Stacey's been this most amazing part of both of our lives. Like, absolutely amazing. It's been life-changing.
All of our wildest dreams, it had surpassed all of them. So to be saying goodbye to it...
It was a huge thing. On Joe Page's last day, I had to literally say, I can't actually speak to you today. I don't want anything to do with you because it's just too heartbreaking, because...
I know.
I get it.
Yeah, you got your new blanket. You got your special blanket, yeah?
The last day of filming was on, was in a car park, wasn't it? Service station. And it was the scene where Nessa hands over the baby.
Come on then, little fella. You guys for a little holiday, eh?
Then, James, can you just hand him to Rob? He's not replacing you or nothing, you know. Dave.
I never thought he was.
No. There's only one of you, isn't there? When we do that last scene.
Oh, man.
It was when I said there's only one of you, because I do think that.
Ladies and gents, thank you very much. That does complete scene 618, and very sadly, ladies and gents, for the final time that's released for Rob, for Matt, and for Rutger.
But then you were just a wreck.
I can't,
He was terrible. He was literally... You were sobbing.
Looks like he's doing it now, too.
I just remember thinking that's the last time I'm going to see Nessa.
Oh.
I just remember thinking, and it was you, and it was like the last day, and just thinking, it's all stopping. So half a real feeling of pride, and then half a real feeling of just going, you've got to let it go.
Yeah.
And just thinking, oh, I'm not going to wear these tracksuits.
And James said, oh God, I can't believe I'm crying. This is pathetic. And James said, I'd have been lost if truth be told. And it was just so, kind of, oh God, I had 3 years. Here we are.
No time to waste. Stop stalling.
The awful thing was I couldn't hear what you said, could I?
So you went, what?
I went, what?
Because I was so crying. Because I remember it, you went, what? And I went, I've been lost. And you went, sorry. And I went, I'd have been lost. And you went, James, I can't hear you.
They got good energy, man.
Oh dear. Happy days.
Don't tell me it's over, man. Oh, shit, man. I did not want that to end. Hold on. We got to talk about it. Thank you guys for hanging out. Beautiful, man. There's a lot to say. Ladies and gentlemen, who let out the, who cut the onions here, man? I'm getting a little windy around here, but you know what? It was getting a little sentimental there at the end, but it just goes to show how powerful, working on a show is. You're doing a lot of dialogue, and you build these bonds and friendships and, family kind of atmosphere. which Gavin and Stacey did, you know, extremely well. It was such an enjoyable show. And just seeing these kind of scenes pop back up and these moments and seeing these behind the scenes, you know, with the staff and everything, and a lot of insight that you would not get to know unless these things are, you know, broadcast. I can't speak broadcast for the world, you know, so I always enjoy to see bloopers. I always enjoy to, you know, hear from actors and actresses, and cast and you know, maybe directors and stuff. I always find it to be very interesting. So seeing this did not disappoint. But seeing those scenes, you know, that beach scene, it was a lovely episode. I absolutely loved that episode. You know, him, Bryn coming out of the water was fucking hilarious as hell too. I know they were thinking with the casino thing, but I was also thinking Baywatch at that moment and shit, like some Baywatch ass scene. But seeing all the characters, seeing Stacey talking, I don't remember her real name. You know, again, shit with names and stuff. But with Stacey, when she's talking and she's crying a lot, you know, I could definitely see that with her. It just comes off like that. That, you know, someone who's very emotional, would cry a lot, you know, in with their feelings and stuff. And James Corden as well. You know, yeah, he definitely could see that he would be crying a lot. And it's nice to see. But when you see how much the show means to them, the audience as well, it's the same feeling because it takes a lot for me to kind of ball out, you know, and anime was always that for me. Growing up, anime holds such a special part of my childhood going into now that it's got me through a lot of shit. Got me through some times, maybe some dark times as well, some sad times, and anime was always there. So when they talk about the show and how it means to them, and you know, you see James and you know, Ruth, I believe, yeah, Ruth, right, or Nessa, going through you know, those emotions and stuff. It's crazy because sometimes the most hardest characters, like a Nessa, you know, who comes off as a tough, you know, tough character, you know, nothing really gets to her, a badass character. But when you see that softer side of her, you know, it's kind of beautiful to see. It's kind of beautiful to see. And you tend to see that a lot with sometimes the hardest characters or people that could be considered intimidating or a big softy or like a teddy bear or, you know, something like that. But man, it was cool to see. Absolutely loved the scenes there. Oh, before I forget, yes, ladies and gentlemen, we know that Gavin and Stacey's actually coming back. I don't think I'll be able to see it day one, you know, as I'm in the States and stuff. But whenever I get the opportunity to see that episode, you know, that special, 1000%, because we'll see it. One of the things that was bugging me was there's a lot of, you know, shit that was not answered. You know, there was hope that you just wanted. You've been rooting for people throughout the series to come together, and you know, you want this kind of happy ending, you know, but the show does a great way of having dramatic moments, heartfelt moments, crazy freaking moments. You know, there was moments again, as all these characters and actors and actresses look, you know, awesome and seem cool. Stacey's character rubbed me the wrong way sometimes. Sometimes she would tick me off. I'd be rolling my eyes like, God damn, fucking Stacey driving me crazy. Like, she was a character that would do my head in. Like, I don't know that I definitely don't see that I would be, you know, with someone like her. You know, she just do my head in. I'll be driving me up the wall, man. So, and that's her doing a bang up job, doing a fantastic job, you know, characters making you feel some sort of way, whether it's happy or sad or, you know, you just can't stand them and shit. They're doing their damn job. And she did a hell of a good job. And, you know, Gavin slayed it, the family, you know, them doing the Congo bit there. And then you having the cast there seeing that shit, man, that shit just brought a smile to my face, man. So this show was definitely dope. And the cast just fit perfect, like a puzzle. You know, every piece fit properly, that we ended up enjoying the episode. So while I'm watching this thing, the number one thing that I'm thinking is, damn, how much I enjoyed this show. Now, every show doesn't always have everyone enjoy it. I do remember when we were reacting to Gavin and Stacey, people blowing up my DMs and shit like that. You know, then, you know, oh, don't do the show, blah, blah, blah. You know, I never really listen to people like that anyway. We do what we want to do anyway. We're going to watch what we want to watch and what we're going to pick, you know, et cetera, et cetera. But, I think this was a lovely show. I really enjoyed it. I had a lot of great moments. Their neighbor was always funny, man. Oh my God. So just hearing her talk, when she was talking on the beach and shit. I think it was Doris. I think again, if I get the names wrong, forgive me. It's been quite some time, so we got to get a little refresher here. But man, it was really cool to see. Again, these characters fit like a great puzzle. Everything fit nicely. The dialogue was great. They made me feel some sort of way. Nessa was funny in many moments, and sometimes I felt like, damn, she was a little harsh. I remember to Stacey's mom, I'm like, damn, a little savage moments there, but it all worked out. Smitty was crazy when we got to see Sheridan Smith pop up on here as Smitty's Smitty's sis. My heart jumped out. You skip a beat or some shit because she's fantastic as well. We're happy that we got to see her in other shows, and this cast. We've seen a lot of characters, actors and actresses from other shows, but we also had the opportunity and the chance to get to fall in love with new people, and that's the greatest joy that I can say while watching shows, is just discovering these great talents that obviously all you all have been watching for many years and years and years, and we're just scratching the surface. We got so much shit to explore. So again, want to shout out to Jade. Thank you so much for putting this on our radar. Again, ladies and gentlemen, yes, we know that there will be another episode. Yes, we will watch it. I probably can't watch it live like you all will be able to, but as soon as I get the opportunity to do, we will definitely be watching it. As always, just thank you so much for hanging out. Thanks for watching. Thanks for suggesting things, those who do that. If you are liking and commenting and subscribing, telling your friends, all that stuff, massively appreciate it. I can't thank you guys enough for that. It just means the world. Even one person is watching. I truly mean that. So as long as that still happens, man, I this shit is a blast to me. Again, and enjoying watching shows has been a fantastic journey for me. So I do have, I want to watch as many shows as I possibly can while I live on this world. So we'll do our best to continue doing that. Enough of my shit. Don't want to get any sentimental here, but this was really cool to see. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. As always, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Absolutely free to do. Shout out to the patrons as well. Thank you for your support. We'll see you soon. Peace.